Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since we've had our last Pokemon thing go up. So yeah, we're back. We're using BDSP Wi-Fi because that's been a lot easier than finding showdown battles. Today we are using, remember her, Cipher Admin Lovrina. We're using a team based around her. So if you remember, she was an XD Gale at Darkness. So if you remember, she had the Shadow Delcatty, Altari, and Farfetch. And she had these Pokemon on her team. And I know that there's XG Next Gen, the ROM hack version of the game, but I haven't played it, so I don't really know what she has. I'm gonna guess fairy types. But yeah, we're using a team based around her. And so this is what we have. And I think I've chosen Pokemon on her team, her XG team, and then I throw in a Lopunny. Because I think she would use that. I feel like she would use that. So, anyway, let's get down to the team builder, shall we? So, I'll post Wi-Fi battles of these. I have 2 more to do to capture. Those are already scheduled, so I will do that very shortly and then upload the videos and whatever malarkey, and then hopefully they're quicker pace than the other time. So best of luck to this team. Most of these Pokemon are in what? PU. Shit. Look at PU and U. Okay, UU. Okay. UU to PU. So this will be fun. The battles so far, you know what? They've been alright. They've been alright. That's all I'll say on that. They've been alright. Kind of shocking to see how people play with all the, not the OU stuff or UU stuff even, but you see the lower tier stuff in the division and how they adjust to that. Because, people aren't used to seeing like a Beautifly, right? Who the hell uses a Beautifly? So anyway, let's get started, shall we? So first off, we have our defensive wall, our usual lead, depending on the situation. Our usual lead, though, our defensive Mawile named Lust. Get that reference? Good on you. Intimidate, because Intimidate plus the impish nature makes Mawile a very defensive wall. And the goal of it is to set up rocks and to tank hits, physical hits, and just get off as much damage as possible to play rough Iron Head or Sucker Punch, just to do chip. It's not meant to sweep and KO like Swords and Sheer Force and Mega Mawile sets. This Mawile is purely to be our wall, because Lovrina's team isn't really thick in general. Our special wall, air quote, special wall, is Rosario, our male Rose Raid. It's our special wall, even though it's running mostly an offensive spread here. We have Sleep Powder, Spike, Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain. Usually, so depending on what the lead is, maybe like high score. Obviously, I wouldn't put in Lust, so I would use Rosario. And Rosario, because it outspeeds, I think it outspeeds, it should be able to get a Sleep Powder off, forcing a switch, or I get the Spikes up. And usually Spikes paired with Stealth Wrap does about 18% damage on switch-ins, depending on who the Pokemon is. So you could be looking at more. 25 plus 6, about 31%. And then Spikes, if I get all 3 layers up, that's what, 25 in its own right? So that could be about 50% damage based on super effective Pokemon. And then we have Sludge Bomb and Giga Drain as our offensive moves. The Sludge Bomb and Giga Drain is very powerful, of course, dual stab, and Rose Raid hits very hard anyway with that base 125. So yeah, Rose Raid is our sleeper special wall. It's our sleeper special wall, as I'm calling it. Next we have Velveteen, our Lopunny. I call this one the disruptor of the team, basically because of this Klutz, Flame Orb, Switcheroo combination. So Klutz, basically my held item isn't going to activate. And with the item Flame Orb, which, burns, of course, burns, it will cripple the Pokemon and the attacking stat and whatever. Because of Klutz, Flame Orb isn't going to activate. And so what I'm free to do is bring in Lopunny to somewhat take a hit, a weak hit, and then, because Lopunny outspeeds a bunch of things, use Switcheroo to switch the items. And essentially, if it was, what's a good example? Gyarados. If Gyarados uses Dragon Dance, and you probably guessing leftovers are Lumberry, and I have Lopunny out, I can use the Switcheroo and give it the Flame Orb instead. And at the end of the turn, Gyarados is now crippled with a burn while I have its Lumberry. And of course, Lumberry is not going to do anything for me, so I can use Switcheroo again on another Pokemon, say if it was a Gliscor, switch the Toxic Orb and the Lumberry in that case to prevent the Poison Heal from happening. So, you know, Lopunny is going to be our disruptor, so I call it the disruptor. Healing Wish is our fail-safe, because obviously I don't have a lot of bulk on my team, so this is just to get someone fully healed and to essentially bring myself back in the game, hopefully. I've never actually used Healing Wish before, so you know, we'll see how that pans out. High Jump Kick for Steel types, and then Facade for our stab move. And of course, even if we do get burned or poisoned or anything of that sort, we get double the power, so Lopunny would hit even harder with that Facade. And base 76 is quite decent, so you know, Facade and High Jump Kick will be doing a lot of damage, doing a lot of work. But it's not the sweeping type of like Choice Scarf Lopunny, Choice Band Lopunny, Mega Lopunny type of thing. This is just meant to deal chip and just be an annoyance. Excuse me. Our next Pokemon is Dewdrop the Beautifly. I know what you're thinking now. Calm down. Oh, Beautifly, you're using a Beautifly, Beautifly. No, I'm using Beautifly because, well, look at here. Lovrina has a Beautifly. And it fits her team quite nicely. And 2, I will use a Beautifly. Beautifly has at base 100 special attack, which is, I think, the highest out of any of the bug flying types. The Route 1 bug flying types listed like Vivian, Dusthawk, Beedrill, Butterfree, Mothim, Vespiquen, etc. Those type of Pokemon. So this paired with Quiver Enhance, if I can get it going, it can actually work. It can actually work. I believe at +1 with Timid, I can outspeed a PZ. I don't know. Obviously not a Scarf PZ. I think I'll need 2 for that. But I am able with a +1 to live a Tri-Attack and outspeed the Porygon Z at +1. So that's just a reference for you. And I believe I can KO it too with a +1 Bug Buzz. So, you know, don't sleep on Beautifly. You're probably laughing like, bro, are you on crack? Trust me, I am not on crack. Beautifly is going to bring the house down, trust me. Hopefully. If I can get a sweep of this thing, I want to try and full send this thing in to get a sweep. Next we have Armstrong the Gorbis. I was about to say Armstrong the Titania. Armstrong the Gorbis. One of my favorite Pokemons. Underrated Pokemon in my book is Gorbis, simply because, I mean, it just looks damn cool, doesn't it? It looks damn cool. Not a lot of people see it. But I know the strategy is also quite linear. You know, Shell Smash, everything +2, and you sweep, right? And you know, that 114 is quite deadly. You don't want to mess with that. I don't know Huntails off the top of my head, but considering Gorbis has this, I'm pretty sure if you swap Huntails, swap the special attack stat and the attack stat, I'm pretty sure that's about Huntail. But yeah, I mean, Gorbis is one of my favorite Pokemons just because it looks cool and you don't see it a lot. And yes, it's a very linear strategy, but if it can get going, it's very hard to stop. I would not sleep on Armstrong. Armstrong is going to be one of my sweepers to clean up the game after hopefully chipping down the opponent enough and clean up the game. This is pretty much our late game play, our kind of our how do you say it? The emergency button. I need backup, send in Armstrong. Last but not least is Gardevoir. Here, as you can see, Lovrina has a Gardevoir. So the Dark Isle reference right here. I guess with Rosary too. Of course, no Eviolite, so I'm not going to use a Roselia, so I'll use a Rosary. Titania, the Gardevoir, is our team captain of sorts. Our specs. This Pokemon here is our mid-game, let's do some damage time Pokemon, because specs, Gardevoir, I don't know about you, but that 125, pretty sure that's gonna hurt like a bitch. That thing gonna hurt a lot. So, you know, Moonblast, Psychic, Focus Blast. Of course, I think these are standard. Shadow Ball. See, I was debating on Shadow Ball or Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt to hit Storm and other flying types. But then I also know that Shadow Ball would be really good on like a Miss Magius and other stuff. So I don't know. I guess those are interchangeable. But yeah, this is the set we're running. Trace. It'll be good to get like a Sheer Force Trace going on, or Trace into Sheer Force or adaptability. I feel like that would be really freaking cool to see. So hopefully we get this Gardevoir. If we can clean up the game with Gardevoir, that'll be great. But Gardevoir is here pretty much to, they say, set up for Armstrong to come in and sweep, or vice versa. Beautifly is the same rule as Gardevoir, except Gardevoir is a little more reliable because it's Gardevoir, and Dewdrop is, well, a freaking Beautifly. But with that being said, though, that is the end of our team builder. Here's the team in all its glory. You know what, screw it, I'm just going to make you guys stare at the Beautifly. Yeah, so that's the team in all of its glory. Wish us luck. We have 5 battles coming to the channel, hopefully sooner rather than later. And yeah, Wi-Fi battles are back. To send you to another series on my channel, I am doing builder vlogs off another game called Robot Rumble 2. So if you want to learn robotics and STEM type of stuff and watch builder vlogs and development on that, feel free to go check that out. Check that out in the playlist. Those should be uploaded as well. Hopefully, now that I'm more freer. So yeah, hopefully those are up. And hopefully you enjoy those as well. Of course, like and subscribe. Feedback is always appreciated. And I will see you next time when we do these battles. Again, wish us luck. Don't expect much. Because, again, I mean, I'm gonna shit on it, but I'm also serious. Like, it's a fucking Beautifly. Like, freaking hell, it's a Beautifly. Okay, I'm using a Beautifly. But, still, yeah, this thing's gonna kick ass. Okay? You gotta see it to believe it. Okay? Hope you have a good day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.